paraphrasing a little bit, but it was W.C. Fields who said, "Never work with children or pets." Lindsay Perkins, she'd be to my left, says,
Hi.
"I don't buy that." And not only is she a mom, not only is she a culinary guru in her spare time, running lots of good cooking demos, but she also involves her kids. And we'd like you to meet little Valerie as well. Nice to see you.
Say hi, Bert.
And you too as well.
Hello.
But it's nice to see because
So glad to be
I've
here.
met you before.
Yeah.
And the reason we have the mother and daughter on the show today is because obviously back to school just a couple weeks away, coming up with creative ideas to put into your kids' lunchbox can be tough. We're going to make it a little easier for you by a little meal prepping. And the key is to get your kids involved.
Right, the key is to get your kids involved. I thought since adults are doing a lot of meal prepping, whether for dietary reasons or just
Right.
for health reasons, or they just need to save time if they're working, I thought, why not do that with my own kids? I have two kids in elementary school. Valerie's going to third grade, and then I have a first grader. So come Sunday night, I'm stressed.
Right.
And so I'm thinking, what can I feed these kids? We don't really buy lunch that often,
Right.
one, just because of the food, and then it's also kind of expensive.
Costly.
It's so expensive.
I can tell you right now, and I probably shouldn't say this because I know my school district is watching.
Right.
I have never bought a lunch
No.
at school, only because, like you, I like to get the kids involved.
Yeah.
We do the food shopping together. We don't do the prepping together. I ask questions, but you're going to take it a step further. So go to work here
Right.
and get Valerie involved
So
here.
first things first, one step to make it easier to get your kids involved in the kitchen is to actually buy these cut-safe gloves. So Valerie, you can just start chopping. So this glove kind of eliminates
It's a
any
sharp
sort
knife
of
she has.
right. So she has little kid gloves and a kid cutting knife, and she's just going to start chopping.
Valerie,
So-
I'm not even allowed to be near objects like that. Sharp
You should wear
object-
this
no,
one
I-
too.
Probably.
So a lot of adults use them. They use them in restaurants all the time just for safety reasons, just so
Right.
that nobody's cutting themselves.
Okay.
So they make a kid-sized version, which is great. So she's going to start chopping.
Okay.
We went to the store the other day, and we were in front of. She loves salads.
Right.
I'm not making this up for TV.
Right.
So I said, Valerie, pick the lettuce you want. She went to the spinach. So what I would do with her is she would just start chopping. Go ahead, you can keep chopping, and you can fill whatever. Or just make your lunch. Totally fine.
You notice the multitasking going on here. Go ahead, Valerie. Keep working
Just
while
keep
she's
working.
talking.
Just
Exactly.
keep working, right. So I trust her in the kitchen. I'm always with her. So she's going to start making her lunches, and we'll see how that comes together. But
Right.
my son, my first grader, actually he's going to be a second grader. We're still getting the
Getting used to
change.
that,
I
too.
can't believe it.
Sure.
So he doesn't like salads per se every
Right.
day.
Right.
So what I did for him for the first week of school.
I love this idea. Let me get the backpack
Right,
out
so
of the way
this
so
is
you can
kind
get
of
a shot
just like
this.
a
Look at
cold pasta salad. I found it at the store that they're ABCs and 1, 2, 3. So for the first week, we're going to be extra creative.
Okay.
And so we'll have pull out all the stops for their lunches. So what I'm going to do is just fill it up. And the kids, a lot of times they don't need the biggest portion.
No.
Because one, they're gabbing away at lunch.
But they like a variety.
And they like a variety.
That's why these things are great
Right.
because they open it up, they see 3 different colors, and they
Right.
go, "Good, I've got
So
a
I'm going to
buffet."
fill it
here."
half up. A lot of the times I'll use the granola bar as kind of like a barrier so that things don't start touching.
Smart.
And then he loves green beans, so I'll put a couple of green beans in the side.
Which leads to, by the way, the other reason you want to have your kids involved, because I'm looking at all this stuff, and
Yeah.
I said to Valerie, what's the one thing on here that you don't like? And you said
Blackberry.
blackberries.
Right, blackberries.
Because your son likes them.
Right, but my son loves the blackberries. So
There you go.
in the larger of the two, we're going to put the fruit so that he actually has some berries to choose from.
There you go.
And then I might just put a couple of pretzels since it's back to school.
Because again, let them have some fun as well.
Right, so then we would just kind of, as we go through, like one day I'll put a clementine in that spot,
Right.
and then maybe instead of the granola bar, we'll do some of these little mini
Hey, sous
fun
chef,
cookies.
is the salad done yet? Look at this. Look
I
at,
know,
look
she's
at what
chopping,
she's done.
she's
Let me get
julienning.
the top shot here. Okay? I love this. Fantastic job. You did great.
Right, so you keep going, and then why don't you fill in your fruits and stuff, because that's actually a good size. They don't have a lot of time for lunch, as you know.
Okay.
Her dressing, she just likes a little kind of balsamic or Italian dressing that we'll put in the little cups.
Great tips. We'll have them all for you on our website at fox61.com. Also, you're going to be at the Greenwich Wine Food
Yes,
Festival
I'm
doing
gonna
some
be at the
baking?
Yes, we'll see you
Good.
there. I'm going to have
Absolutely.
a baking demo the weekend of September 20th. Come on down to Greenwich.
Come say hi and learn, because there's lots more tips that she knows, not as a chef, not as a mom, not as a juggler, but everything.
Right.
You did okay.
Munches.
Valerie,
Valerie, look.
nice job.
Right on.